Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we got some good old liberal hive mind, all out chaos as Trump enters the room. Oh boy, let's get into it. Bro, can I just talk about how cool the new UI is? Look at this. With full screen, we now have a like, dislike, and comment and share. I just thought that was neat when I saw that.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing.
Fuck. See, former McDonald's employee brokers historic peace deal between Israel and Hamas. Yeah, only for Israel to immediately break that peace deal. I literally heard about that. I was like, wow, they actually managed to come to terms and, sign a peace treaty and whatnot, only for Israel to or not a peace treaty, but a peace deal, only for Israel to immediately break it like 3 days later. And my thought to myself was, that is so not gonna last long. I can't wait to see how long it takes Israel to break that. Lo and behold, 3 days.
The abundant hypocrisy of the left. I swear there's something wrong with these people. You know, again, people laugh at the president, they laugh at us when we say Trump derangement syndrome, but it's a real thing. It's a real psychological phenomenon. It is an illness. These people have a problem. The Trump administration, citing actual studies, warns the people, specifically pregnant people, not to take Tylenol while pregnant, and you got people on social media chugging Tylenol.
Yeah, it's so wild. He literally stated something that Tylenol themselves have stated for years, and people lost their shit on the left. It was so funny to me. Like I heard him say that. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see how many people start, just chugging Tylenol just because Trump said, eating Tylenol while you're pregnant could be bad, which is a warning that Tylenol has on their bottles and has had for a long time, that if you're pregnant, you probably shouldn't take it, and you should first ask your doctor if you should be taking Tylenol while you're pregnant. And he says the exact same thing. You probably shouldn't be taking it while you're pregnant. And they immediately take to social media and they start taking a whole bunch of Tylenol, only for Tylenol to then themselves respond on X to people being like, yeah, do not take our product if you're pregnant. He's right. And everyone was like, wait a minute, what? It's so funny. They're just a bunch of idiots.
President said stop.
Nothing but a bunch of sheeple.
Stop drinking water. Then leftoids would be walking around like dry SpongeBob. These people are allergic to good news or good information if it comes from President Trump. And now here it's happening again as the president brings an end to the war in Israel. Well, just let me show you the leftist degenerate.
Yeah, Israel immediately went back and were like, nah. Their demands got ridiculously more outrageous, and they were like, yeah, no, you can't meet our unrealistic demands. Damn, that's you breaking the peace deal first, so we have a right to attack you again. It's like, bro, what a bunch of snakes, not gonna lie.
Degeneracy that he's now dealing with. Holy frickin' moly, Trump derangement syndrome is a hell of a sickness. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so let's start off with this viral clip that's currently bouncing around the internet. We got the president walking into the Israeli parliament to give a speech after securing one of the most significant diplomatic breakthroughs in history, certainly modern history. And what happens? Well, take a look at these leftoids in the Israeli parliament.
Over להוציא את חבר הכנסת הזה, להוציא אותו מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד, החוצה.
Bro, they sound like the leftoids in blah 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 blah. They sound like the leftoids in our politics, man. Genuinely, just creating a disruption whenever President Trump speaks. It's insane. This would go by so much faster if they didn't interrupt and they just let him say whatever it is that he had to say and let him use up his time. But no, they have to make a fucking scene and everything, dragging it out, dragging his time on the podium out. You know, it's insane. It's insane. And you just end up making him look fucking better because he starts cracking jokes and then people start laughing and shit.
להוציא גם את חבר הכנסת כסיף. להוציא את חבר הכנסת כסיף מהאולם. להוציא אותו מיד.
Bruh.
Sorry for that, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Please.
That was very efficient.
They start heckling him.
See what I mean? See what I fucking mean? Once they kick your ass out, he immediately starts making jokes and everyone starts laughing. So it's like you're not doing him you're not doing him a disservice, you're doing him a service. You're making him look better. And it just makes you even angrier. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. If they just sat there, let him say whatever it is that he had to say, and just let him finish, it would go by so much quicker. But no, they need to make this grand spectacle out of everything. It's just wild.
Like a bunch of rabid ghouls. And it got so bad that security had to remove them from the chamber. These people are so consumed by hatred. They're so emotionally broken. They're so ideologically possessed that they would rather publicly humiliate themselves than show respect for even a single second. You know, it reminds me of every single time Donald Trump does his State of the Union. It's the same kind of pathetic antics, whether it's Nancy Pelosi ripping up his speech or what we saw the last time with these Democrats refusing to clap for a cancer survivor, showing up with their pathetic little signs. These
what the fuck? Really? Someone survives cancer and that's how you behave. That is insane to me, man. Genuinely. Like I said, man, these people will inevitably be replaced. And I cannot wait for that day where they are. And it's replaced by people that actually give a shit about this country. And not people who just suffer from fucking TDS 24/7.
leftoids have just completely lost their minds. You know, you hear a lot of people joking that it's easier for President Trump to negotiate with Hamas than it is with leftists. And honestly, I think that's becoming way too real. President Trump can sit down with the Taliban, he could sit down with Hamas leaders, foreign adversaries, Vladimir Putin, literal militants, and have more productive dialogue than with Democrats. And now, of course, it doesn't...
Yeah, it's pretty wild how Trump, to my knowledge, is the only president to have ever been invited to North Korea, and he had a better, more understanding dialogue with dictator Kim Jong-un than he ever has had with anyone in our in our politics whatsoever. Like, it's just insane. It's like, how can he have civil conversations that actually go somewhere with foreign dictators, but he can't with the left in our own government? It's just like, how is the side that's always like, we are the side of understanding and acceptance and being intellectuals, not able to just have an intellectual discussion? It's like, I thought you were the intellectuals. I thought you guys were the supposed smarter people. How is it that you just can't sit down and have an intellectual conversation with the president that can actually be productive in the long run? Why does it always devolve into this is clown world?
Apply to all leftists. There are some people on the left, like this Democrat, who see the writing on the wall and recognize this as a moment where they just have to show respect.
This achievement, and it is a significant achievement, would not have happened without United States leadership. President Trump deserves a lot of credit for bringing the parties together.
But of course, it's not all Democrats. It's not all leftists. Of course, again, some people are so ideologically possessed that they can't do it. In comes MSNBC's analysis, where instead of giving credit where credit is due, they start with Donald Trump
Oh
continues to
no.
undermine constitutional norms, and oh, this is unfinished business.
President Trump continues to undermine the very norms and institutions of constitutional governance, despite the fact that in his inaugural oath, he's legally obligated to protect them. At the same time, no American president probably...
What the fuck is he talking about? Genuinely, what's he yapping about? What's the context to all this?
Since Dwight Eisenhower has been willing to exert this kind of pressure on an Israeli prime minister. It was inherently a pro-Israeli document, and the prime minister saw it, could make changes before, which has been standard operating procedure, the way we've behaved in negotiations in the past. I think if it's going to work, I think Donald Trump is going to have to show an extraordinary degree of focus and determination. And I worry here. He's already identified solving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as the 8th conflict that he's resolved. And I think this is going to absolutely be critically important in the weeks and months.
I will say he hasn't really resolved that many. I mean, Russia and Ukraine still going on, and he said that would be done, 3 months in? It's been nearly a year in, and they're still going at it. All because, from my understanding, Zelensky just didn't want to agree to the terms that both other parties had agreed to, therefore dragging the war out even longer. The war that is devastating his people, by the way, he decided to drag out. So, yeah. And that's still going on. So I will say Trump hasn't really ended that many conflicts to my knowledge, but at least he's fucking trying, you know? Like, it's always some other country that just fucks up and they're like, no, these terms are unacceptable by my standards because it doesn't make me look like the victim. It's like, bro, why do you want to look like a victim so badly? Everyone already knows you're the bad guys. You can't spin this around. And they're like, yes, we can. We'll find a way somehow. And it's like, bro, just stop. Just stop, genuinely.
Ahead, that he not lose his interest, that he maintain that focus. American leadership, by and large, I would argue, was the determining factor that led to today.
Can I just ask, who are you, by the way? And if you're going to be this critical of Trump, why weren't you so critical of Biden's leadership? I don't remember clips of you criticizing Biden circulating the internet whatsoever. So it's like, who are you, and why are you just sitting here criticizing Trump? Is this former Arab-Israeli negotiator? Is that who this is? Bro, you suck ass at your job, given what Israel's doing. Like, goddamn.
Or there's the typical left-wing take on social media.
I will not be celebrating that Donald Trump ended the war in Gaza, because he didn't. If anybody deserves to be recognized and praised for their efforts in ending this conflict, which is still not entirely ended, it is the people of Palestine. The people of Palestine have relentlessly fought for decades for liberation to still not entirely have it. So no, I will not be praising Donald Trump or his administration for...
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely don't give two shits who puts an end to the war. I just want the war to end so we stop sending fucking taxpayer money over there. Like, bro, why is my money going to fund someone else's war? Please. I honestly, I just want the war to end so the money can go back to, I don't know, fixing the fucking economy, you know, in certain states. It's fucking ass cheeks. God, I fucking despise California. Fixing the roads, maybe fixing the public education system could go towards all these other things. But instead, it goes towards funding a war in the Middle East that we realistically shouldn't be involved in to begin with. It'll go towards funding a war in fucking Eurasia because of something that genuinely doesn't concern us. And it's like, oh, but these people are our allies. It's like, what have realistically they done in the past 4 years to actually, help out America as allies? I don't remember Ukraine or Israel sending over people to aid with the California wildfires. I don't remember that happening. If that did happen, then shit, color me shocked. I guess that's one thing they helped with. I don't remember them helping with our national, disaster relief funds over the years. I don't really remember them doing much for America at all, actually. Yeah, they're supposed to be our allies. So we always help them, but they never help us.
Ending the war, ending the conflict, getting the ceasefire deal, because it wasn't him. It was not Donald Trump.
I mean, it was Donald Trump. He is the one who got it. Unfortunately, Israel immediately decided to break the goddamn ceasefire and the treaty. They just immediately were like, all right, no, we don't like this, actually. We want more power, more control, so we're going to break it immediately.
That did this. It was the perseverance and the persistence of the Palestinian people,
bro,
that got us to...
No, I'm not going to lie to you. Both sides suck ass. Both sides are bad. Like, this may be which is the lesser of two evils, but they're still both evil nonetheless at the end of the day.
where we are, that got them to where they are.
And then, of course, the bottom feeders on X and other social media platforms who seem to be more focused on trying to drum up some fake scandal out of a nothing burger hot mic moment between President Trump and the president of Indonesia. Here's a post from Call to Activism. Oh my God. Trump and Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto have just been caught on hot mic discussing a deal? ? He asked to speak with Trump's son Eric and Don Jr., who do not work in the government. Did we just hear a major crime happen?
What the fuck are they talking about?
Is in a region not safe, secure. Can I meet Eric? Yeah, I'll have Eric. Thank you. That's what I told Harry also. I told Harry first.
Bro, all I see and hear is foreign diplomats being foreign diplomats and wanting to share assets. That's about it. Nothing about this is bad whatsoever. It's not like he's telling him, I need you to execute this person silently for me. And Trump's like, yes, I'll do it. And we caught that on mic. Like, what?
We'll look for better places. Yeah, all of them.
First of all, I'd like to add that you know who else didn't work for the government? Hunter frickin' Biden. But these leftoids didn't seem to pay no mind to those scandals, no, of course. But here we don't even understand the context and what's happening. Certainly not a major crime, but this—
Yeah, it's all in bits. We don't really know what the full conversation even is. All we hear is not safe land. Can I talk to one of your sons? And there's always somewhere that's nicer. With those 3 bits, all I can think of is he probably wants to put down some Trump hotel and he wants to, do it somewhere nice.
This is the rhetoric that's going on following this peace deal. This is what Democrats are doing, trying to build more hoaxes and more fake news, more fake scandals. These absolute frickin' roaches, not even for a single second can they get themselves to do the right thing. And again, it's proof that these people are broken. They are terminally broken. President Trump could cure cancer tomorrow and they would run headlines like, ooh, experts worry that Trump's solution to cancer may hurt big pharma and healthcare jobs. President Trump—
Bro, these people quite literally could say, Trump could literally say breathing air is good for you. Breathe in more air. Try to breathe in as much air as you can. And these people would suffocate themselves. They would walk around holding their breath for as long as they could, just so that way they wouldn't have to listen to Trump. Like, bro, that's the kind of people you're dealing with.
Trump destroys the healthcare sector. Hundreds of thousands expected to lose their jobs as he cures cancer. It's unbelievable. And really, here's the truth. Again, these people prove that they're not good people. Good people celebrate peace. Normal people appreciate when lives are saved, when wars are avoided, especially when you've been going on and on about this genocide happening, and now it seems the president has put an end to it. But no, it's not good enough. Bad people, bitter people act like this. They show resentment, even in the—
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Bro, let's be real. These people have had Trump derangement syndrome since before his first presidency, man. They've been groomed, brainwashed, and bred to always associate anything and everything Trump does as bad. It's been happening since long before his presidency. And honestly, we just saw it surface more during his run against Hillary. That was about it. And these people have just become much more active on social media. But I feel like there's always been this amount of TDS going out and about. Because it's like, bro, how do you, like, even during the 4 years that Trump was not in office, they always tried to blame everything on him. They always tried to find some way to blame Trump. It's like remember what happened with Hunter Biden and cocaine in the White House? They didn't even, they talked about that for like 5 seconds and immediately tried to spun it somehow on Trump. And it went immediately back to just Trump bad, Trump bad. Remember when he was giving out water to the people, I believe in I don't remember which state it was, but it was one of the states that got hit by a hurricane. He went to go give them water, bottled water and whatnot, just out of the kindness of his heart, and everyone on their side lost their shit and were like, Trump is trying to win votes by giving away water. It's like, what? Who cares? What is your side doing to begin with? Your side's in office. They should be doing more for, the people who have suffered, and they couldn't even be bothered to do the bare minimum. Oh, no money towards them, but here's more money towards Ukraine. Oh, the disaster relief fund. Oh, that's dried up. Sorry, we don't know what happened to it. Oh, Zelensky needs more money for more guns. Here you go. Like that was essentially 4 years of Biden. And somehow it was still Trump's fault. Somehow it was always still Trump's fault.
These moments where it would be idiotic, very ill-advised to do so. The modern left exposes exactly who they are every time Trump succeeds. They're hateful, they're dishonest, they're hyper-emotional clowns who would rather see the world burn than see Donald Trump ever succeed. And frankly, if you can't put your politics aside for even 1 second to acknowledge peace, something objectively good, you are the problem. You're not the moral side. You're not the side of compassion. You are sick in the head. You're the side of politics that needs to be defeated, removed from power permanently. And honestly, I don't even know what they're thinking, just from a political strategy, political calculus point of view. Obviously, this horrible behavior once again is going to reflect badly on you, just like your behavior following the Charlie Kirk assassination. If you have nothing nice to say, better not to say anything. Better to shut up. But these ghouls obviously don't have basic common sense, the kind of common sense that your mother teaches you as a kid. And yet they expect us to constantly take their lectures and build policy and society around their wishes and their worldview. Get the basics right before lecturing anybody else. How about that? Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, these people are genuinely insane. What the fuck? What happened to my little 9x9? Why is it only 3 videos? What the hell is this, YouTube? What are these things? But yeah, I just think they're all no matter what Trump does, they'll always be salty about it. No matter what, whenever Trump does anything, says anything, they always need to do the opposite, sort of proving him right. And at the end of the day, it's like, bro, why can't you people just be normal for like the next 4 years, and then maybe something different can happen? Just let Trump do his thing and see what happens down the line. Either way, he's only going to be president for 3 more years. His first year's already done. Look how fast it flew by. We're already in October. We're already mid-October. Like, goddamn. But yeah, it's just like, why? Just genuinely why? Just behave, for the love of God. Behave like normal civilized people. But anywho, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. And there was no upload yesterday because I had zero internet whatsoever on Wednesday. Tuesday night going into all of Wednesday, zero internet. It was pain. So yeah, couldn't record anything. So that's why there were no videos. But yeah, I just wanted to put that little disclaimer here at the end. But yeah. Remember to be safe out there. Be careful. You never know what lunatics are walking around. Believe nothing, question everything, and always seek the deeper truth, because the government do always be lying to us no matter what. I mean, shit, dude. Like, science creates a peace treaty, immediately breaks peace treaty because it doesn't favor their side. It's so wild. Yeah. And I'll catch you on the next one later.